Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
I saw something the other day. I saw a woman talking about something to do with social media, and it was such an eye-opener. We all know that our social media feeds are being curated. I think we all know that now. We're in an algorithm. If you follow puppy Instagram, you're going to get a whole lot of dog stuff. You're going to get a whole lot of blah, blah, blah. If you're following politics, you're going to get that. If you're following influencers, you're going to get that. But what about the comments? This woman said that she was watching a reel where a girl was saying, hey, my boyfriend's half an hour late. I'm a little bit annoyed. He's a new boyfriend. I'm a little bit annoyed. And this girl was giving half-hour updates to he's still not here, still not here. 2 hours later, I think he turned up. And so she had updated this thing saying, I've waited 2 hours, finally he's here. All the comments at the top of her feed, this girl's feed, she watched the reel and the comments were, how rude, that's terrible, how disrespectful, red flag, etc. Her boyfriend watched the same reel at the same time, and she looked at the comments that were at the top of his feed, and the comments were, she needs to get a life. Hey, bro, you're entitled to do what you want, blah, blah, blah. So she presumably got the female comments. Yeah. He got the male skewed comments. And it's a very interesting thing to discuss. Because
that's curious. So they're sitting next to each other.
And she looked at it and she scrolled down right through all the comments. The ones that were at the top of his feed didn't even appear on hers and vice versa.
Wow.
So this is kind of alarming in how you view the world and how young people view the world, because there's the topic, and yes, we're being fed different subjects to our algorithms.
Yeah.
But the context for how we respond to them is also being manipulated. So how we often look to the comments to say, you know, what are people's opinions on this? You're not getting.
You want to get perspective.
You're not getting any perspective on it. You're getting a very narrow, curated perspective that fits what your algorithm thinks you are. I said this before, didn't I, that my nephew, who's in his mid-30s, a really smart, well-read young guy from Melbourne, he decided to go off social media because he said an algorithm has decided that because he's white, presumably heterosexual, which he is, but they've made those assumptions about him. Therefore, he's being fed a whole lot of Joe Rogan, a whole lot of Andrew Tate, a whole lot of homophobic, relatively racist, anti-female, anti-trans stuff. And he said, I don't want to do this anymore. And a whole lot of people won't even know they're being fed a certain skew of the world. But then to have your comments skewed as well, as you say, the perspective with which you view, the lens with which you view the information. Yeah. How is everyone feeling about this? How are we feeling, people? That's all being skewed as well.
Also, it could be bots that make the comments. That's another thing. Reggie Bird, who I follow on Instagram, she called out this guy that had trash talked her on her Instagram feed. And I looked into it. The guy has no profile picture, no followers. I'm thinking that he's a bot.
But why would a bot target her?
I don't know. I see a lot of women get targeted by men. Erin Molan, for example.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, none of these guys target me because I'll just call them out.
Yeah.
But this guy that was targeting Reggie Bird, his name is David Elliott. He said some terrible things about Reggie, and I wrote back. I said, well, I think this guy's a bot. I don't think he even exists. And if he exists, this flog has done less in his life than you've done in 15 minutes, because he was calling around about it. I thought you were dead. I thought you had your 15 minutes of fame.
See, who would bother saying that stuff? But what human does?
Writes that?
But you know what? It's also those kind of bots change and sway life. I heard a podcast recently that was talking about how Saudi Arabia are trying to infiltrate the world through sport and also now through arts and music festivals and film festivals. And Johnny Depp, they're saying, has befriended the head guy in Saudi Arabia who was responsible, allegedly, for the chopping up of that journalist.
Khashoggi.
Yeah. And so Johnny Depp has befriended this billionaire, and so he wants Johnny to be his mate. And then a whole lot of bots targeted Amber Heard.
Wow.
A whole lot of bots. And it's assumed and allegedly thought that Saudi Arabian billionaire goes, whoosh, let's save our mate. So this changes the world.
We should do an experiment. We should get, say, for example, something that we've done on the radio that's man-woman divide, something that's man-woman. Okay. What about that time I said I was putting carpet around the garage wall because we got a new car?
Because you didn't trust your wife to park correctly.
It's easy to say words like trust. It's about what I'm doing is protecting the car.
So you're suggesting we shouldn't have said it out loud. Don't tell anyone the experiment. We'll just do it and we'll
just
see
do
what
it.
happens.
We'll get Digital Jenna to post that original discussion
Yeah.
and see what happens.
Yeah. It's that he said, she said stuff because the perspective is being skewed.
Yeah, right on.